What on earth was that? Wow, that was you, Ted. Where have you been? Hi and welcome to RTG with Ted and I. So thanks Ted, he's been back to 1998 for this video and brought us back a little Sony Ruvi video camera recorder. Back in 1998 it was considered the world's smallest camcorder. So we've got with this one specified cable for the cable jack. They did a little I don't know if you can see that, they did a little unit that you can plug in that takes a floppy disk, and this takes photos as well as video, and the photos let you record up to 5 seconds of audio, so you can have 5 seconds of audio with your little picture, and you could store them on your floppy drive and then show them around. But I haven't got one of those, but it came with the little booklet for it. There's also this, which is a Sony Authorised Centre SES Leeds Limited. It even tells you where you come off with the M62 next to the ambulance station. So it came with that because the person who had this before bought in 2000 a video cartridge for it. I'll explain more about the cartridge in a minute, for £60. So that was that, and then it came with the actual instruction book as well. So got the full instruction book there with it as well. So yeah, this was released 1998. It was the world's smallest camcorder. It actually uses tape, uses 8mm tape, but unusually for these, that just comes off. That's just protect the contacts on the edge connector just there. So that's the cartridge, that's the model number for it. This little cartridge holds 30 minutes of high 8 tape and has the video heads and the mechanism built in, and they've done that to make the camera such a small size. Now if to give you an idea, if we get one of these D cells, that's the size of the camera. It is pretty tiny. So so yeah, so it is a proper little movie camera. It's got a little flip out screen here, and you can even do selfies with it. So nice early selfie camera if you wanted to. Now the screen, it says it's got a backlight here, but it's only designed for use outside really. The screen is hardly visible. I'll show you that in a minute. So it also came with the charger for the battery. There's the little battery, and it's the NP-F10 Sony battery, and it came with the charger for it. Now unfortunately the battery only lasts 5 to 10 minutes, so I've not charged that and I don't really use it. There is also a mains lead that plugs into a little socket on the back there, and you plug that in, and then you can plug that battery into the camera, and on the bottom of the camera here somewhere, I think it's this little thing here, you take off and you can see there's a little hole there, and that's where the wire would come through. So you can have that plugged in with the mains as well. Now the beauty of this camera is, even though that battery doesn't last very long, you can actually put 2 standard AA batteries in the camera, which is brilliant. So I've got 2 rechargeable AAs in here at the moment, so I'll put them in the right way, that might help. So you can put your batteries in there, close the little cap off, and yeah, so we'll look at the front, and you've got a little lock button there. I'll show you what that does in a second. You've got your lens cap, your lens, your infrared sensor for the focus, I assume. Then on the back you've got date, time, and this is your speaker off and on, and you've got your little screen like I showed you, it flips up. You've got your power switch, and that's about it. On the bottom you've got the little button that releases the batteries, and then this little eject lever ejects your cartridge out. There is a cartridge in it, I'll show you this in a sec. And then on the top you've got your start stop mode and your backlight button, and then you flip that little cover up, and then you've got your camera controls, so play, pause, rewind, stop, that's all on there. You've got your record button for video, you've got your photo button for photo, and believe it or not, that is your zoom controls. It's a manual zoom. And then you've got photo scan shot, and then end search, and that's the connections on there. So if I show you this little lever here and you flip that down, you can see that hinges out, and then you've got this eject lever, and you press that. It's a bit horrible doing it. We'll eject it, there you go, and that then takes the cartridge out. And like I say, that's got 30 minutes of high 8 film in it. So it's only a 30-minute cartridge, so obviously with the two of them. On the bottom of the cartridge there is a little switch there where you can write protect any files that you had on there. I absolutely love this little thing, it's brilliant. So, and that's it. So what we'll do is we'll switch it on. Now I'll show you how bad this backlight is. So you'll switch it on. It's actually come on now. It's saying that's on. So if I press the backlight button, it does nothing, and it's virtually impossible to see that screen. So I've got a torch here. It works okay outside in daylight, but doesn't work very well on this. Now if I do that, you can just about, I don't want to give people a, let's do that on the high setting. You can just about see the image on the sensor there, look, on the screen, sorry. And you can hear the heads running. So the screen is kind of useless on this. So what we'll do is, it came with a lead here, in this little flap here, and you've got your video output, so your monitor. So if I plug that in, you should see it, there you go, come up on that screen there. So as you can see, there's Ted. You can zoom in, so you can see that on the screen here. Zooming in, and then if we press record, so it's now recording. And if we zoom into Ted, oh, I think it's got to the end of the tape. There is other people's footage on here, so I don't really want to show much of this. But if I was to press play, as you can see, there's other people's footage on here. So I don't want to play much more of that. So yeah, and that's basically it. Like I say, it's got it's just really unusual. They made it tiny so that by putting everything inside the little cartridge, and it's small enough obviously to fit in your shirt pocket. That was the idea. It was small enough to fit in your shirt pocket. And as you can see, the zoom there, look, it's manual zoom. And yeah, so and that's basically for this one. It's only a really short video. It's actually really well made. It's feels a lot heavier than what you'd expect it to be. It's obviously got the mount there for your tripod mount, and just in case anybody's interested, It's the Sony Ruvi CCD CR1E. It actually uses a CCD. I think it's 410k pixels, so 410,000 pixels at 400 lines, I believe. So it was only sold for 1 year. It was discontinued in 1999, and I don't know why. I think it was amazing. I mean, it was $800. I don't know what it was in the UK. I couldn't find a price for the UK. I did find a price for it in America, and it was $800. And I think that probably might have been part of it. And the fact that these were quite expensive. I mean, that was £60 2 years later. And I suppose he was lucky to get it if it was discontinued in 1999. So, yeah, but I absolutely adore this. It's one of my favourite little gadgets, and the fact that it still works. So I will be getting some video footage outside in better daylight. It does have a little chip there missing off the plastic. You can see that gap there. But apart from that, it's in really good condition. And yeah, it's one of my favourite things that I own. So anyway, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Please think of subscribing. It really helped me out. And if you've got any other further questions, or you've got one of these and you've got more comments, or there's anything you want to say, just put it down below and let everybody have a read. Okay, so again, from Ted and I, thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.